Welcome everybody to the South Hockey Network, live on YouTube, live from Centennial Ice Rink in Wilmette, Illinois. Glenbrook South looks bound out. All right, we're testing, making sure we have audio. All right, looks like we got our audio thing fixed. You getting that? Looks like
Oh, geez, yeah. Help me find that because I won't hear you.
Oh, you can hear it, honestly.
What?
You can hear it.
No, you can't?
No, you could hear it the whole time.
Having audio troubles. Let us know if you can hear us.
testing. Okay, it sounds like you guys can hear us on the South Hockey Network. We apologize for the late start to our broadcast, but we were dealing with some audio issues. But it looks like Gerard figured out the solution just in time for puck drop as we are underway. Titans looking to rebound after a tough loss on Wednesday against the state finalists of last year, the Bennet Redwings, Dylan Ward and David Ventura, alongside Gerard Boris, our technical engineer. David, welcome back to the broadcast. This is your first real varsity game this season.
Yeah, Dylan, thanks for having me. Obviously excited to be back, and we'll see if the Titans can rebound here. Only one win in their past 5 games.
Yeah, it's been a tough stretch for them. Here's a shot from up high, backhander on Bennell. He makes the save as Bennell gets the start. Isaac Bennell has been solid when he's been called upon this season. Started all 4 games of the Rock and Roll Cup in Cleveland. Came out of that tournament as the MVP with 2 shutouts and a goals allowed average of below 1. As Will Fagan sends it to the far side. Owen Cosmeter given up. Played to the near side by Eide, or for Eide, I should say. He takes a shot. That one goes off the far wall, and Cosmeter looks to clear. He cannot. Ethan Zerf below the net. Sends it right in front. Will Fagan knocks it out of there. And he will try and lift this one out to the neutral zone. And it does come outside the zone. That's an offside. If you're new to the O'Grady tournament, this is the 54th annual. It's some of the top teams in the state of Illinois. You're looking at probably 16 teams, I would say. Of these 16 teams, they're all within the top 25 on my hockey rankings as of right now. And David, this is a tough tournament to win. A couple teams missing. No Stevenson, no St. Viator, and no Lake Forest as well, but still the likes of New Trier Green, Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South, Loyola Gold, of course. They're the hosts. This one centered right in front for Teddy McCrulis, and he scores. Nice pass by Jonah Weiss to get it down to him in the slot, and the Titans scored just a minute and 1 second in.
Yeah, how about that, Dylan? Looks like Bennet had control the first 50 seconds of this game, and Jonah moves that puck over, and how about that? Tripped up on the play and still finds a way to bury it. Titans up 1-0.
That's the voice of David Ventura, Glenbrook South class of 2022, and a player on the varsity Glenbrook South Titans team. If you're new here, we always bring David Ventura into the broadcast when he has time. Actually a broadcaster himself, a student at Miami of Ohio, and does the sideline broadcast for all the NCAA Division I games down there. So David, suddenly Glenbrook South hockey is a step down for you.
I guess you could say that.
Good to see you moving up in the broadcasting industry. You'll be joining me up in West Bend, Wisconsin for our NA3HL broadcast of the Power. Looking forward to that.
Oh, as I am too.
And you'll get Luke Jordan for the remaining pool games of this tournament after this morning. As the Titans have a doubleheader today, they'll play Chicago North later on.
Yeah, I saw Luke Wednesday, the North-South game. Man, what a joy he is to talk to. He's always smiling.
Yeah, he really is. Great guy.
Maybe I need to take that from him.
Maybe he's watching this game right now. Let us know in the chat if you have anything to say. Here's Zach Boris, far side. Boris takes a big hit into the boards by Alex Karras below the goal line. Thrown right in front, Graham Vanderploeg couldn't finish. Now Ryan Mulvey with a shot. Getting a piece of the glove on that one is the goaltender Joel Cohen for Bennet. 9 games played, a goals allowed average of 234 and a save percentage of 874. Boris gets knocked into the boards again. Now here's a shot blocked by Mulvey and deflected up high.
Hey, take a look at the physicality of this one as it's ramping up early, and something the Titans are going to watch out for as this game continues on. And see the hit there on Boris, and Bennet able to get a chance out, but that one deflects up and out of play. Saves Bunnell from having to make a key stop there, and GBS going to maintain that 1-0 lead, but they're going to have a defensive zone draw here.
1-0 South. Ventura now gets it up ice. David, you've broadcasted your brother's games as a broadcaster when he was a player, but Jackson Ventura, number 27, is not your brother, but your cousin.
That is true. He got a lot of, I think it's the last Ventura left in the hockey world.
And every time his dad's name is mentioned, who would be your uncle, David Ventura, I have to twist my head a little bit because I just think it's you, but I call him Dave and you David. I don't know if that's the right way to do it.
Whatever you want. I get my buddies to call me Ace.
Ace.
If you get that reference.
Yeah, I do. Ace Ventura. Also a great fantasy hockey name, David. We're in the same league. Both of our teams kind of suck.
It's okay. I have won a few. I still don't really understand how fantasy hockey works, to be completely honest.
I'll give you the rundown this weekend. We'll be spending a lot of time together.
Do I get the player that plays the most, the most games of the week? Like, I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it's a tough one to crack, that's for sure. Shots on goal 2-2 here. Gerard, I've actually got the true shots on goal for you on game sheet. It's 2-1 Bennet. I'll put this behind you so you can watch it. At the next whistle, Ryan Mulvey back for Mendoza. David, obviously, the elephant in the room is these guys just played a tough game on Wednesday night. They came back to get a point. They lost in overtime. Obviously, the boys don't care about the point right now, but it could loom large in the standings as we go on. But as a player and a former player yourself, David, how tough is it not only to come back and turn around and play 2 days later, but to play at the exact same rink you just had your hearts broken on?
Well, it's an emotional one for sure, but I think, and I've said this before, but the more you look back at it, it's about the rest of the season at this point, right? Battling adversity and persevere to the end of the year, because the North-South game's important, but at the end of the day, the state championship is what the league's going to remember, not so much the North-South game in and of itself.
It's a good point. I bet many people who could name the last 5 state champions can't name the winners of each North-South game that season. A big goal for Glenbrook South. Hasn't even made Final Four since 2020. You got to think one of these years they're due, David.
Glenbrook South there, 2 low shots from the point, one from Pinto and one from Fagan, both of them getting through. So seen a little bit different than what we saw in the North-South game. A lot of those high shots not getting through bodies. Glenbrook South fires 2 shots, 2 back-to-back shots on net, now bumping their total up to 4.
Asher Vanderplug centered it for 2 tie, but that one deflects to the near side wall and out for an icing, and that stops the clock with 12:11 to go in the first period.
That's a nice, Dylan. We'll go back to the Glenbrook South opportunities they had from the point. The first one there's Fagan. That gets through a maze of bodies. That one's low and pops all the way out to Pinto. He shoots that low through a maze of bodies. So Titans just need to do a better job of screening Cohen out in front. You got to figure one's going to find the back of the net pretty soon here.
Already 1-0 Glenbrook South. This one stolen away by Eide from Mendoza. Eide down the right wing side. Good defensive effort by Luke Fagan to stop one of their most dangerous scorers. 10 goals, 9 assists on the season so far for him. Now thrown right in front. Shot blocked by Luke Fagan, and then the second look is deflected upstairs into the netting. I believe Bennet got a save there.
Yeah, I think that's a defensive breakdown there by the Titans, as you can see that play was actually a high stick by Bennet. I believe Jonah Weiss touches that puck, gives Bennet an opportunity out in front, and they hit the crossbar on it. Saves Bennet. That's actually why that jumped out of play, but again, keep in mind, folks, that play was a high stick by Bennet. Glenbrook South elects to touch it, so that play continues on and gives Bennet a prime opportunity.
That's a great pickup by you, David. Thrown on Benel's net, he makes the stop. Now Breda Mendoza, who's scored in 2 consecutive games, scored against York, at least SHL-wise, and scored against Glenbrook North last night, or 2 nights ago, I should say. Here comes Zach Boris. That looked offside, and yeah, they'll get it. Bit of a late whistle, but the right call, as Weiss was a step over.
Yeah, it's a play where making a move at the blue line, probably not the right idea there, as I think Jonah Weiss thought that Boris was going to step in the zone, but nevertheless, we're going to have a face-off here, and I believe both teams are going to keep the same lines out there.
Game 1 of the O'Grady Tournament, an annual tradition here on Thanksgiving weekend. We hope all of you South hockey fans or Red Wing fans or any other people who found their way to our broadcast today had a happy Thanksgiving last night.
Yeah, and
David, I had the privilege of eating 2 full meals as my girlfriend's family had their party at 2 o'clock and my side of the family had it at 6 o'clock, so that was great.
So which meal was better?
My side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure.
The stuffing was better, and stuffing's my
say.
favorite Thanksgiving food. So
That's right. Thanksgiving always a treat. Obviously.
Let us know your favorite Thanksgiving food in the comments section. Luke Jordan chiming in. I kid you not, I just tapped in and heard you guys talking good about me. Appreciate it, fellas. You got it, Luke. Luke Jordan will be broadcasting your night game tonight as the Glenbrook South Titans will take on Chicago North.
How can you talk bad about the kid? You know? No. And there's nothing to talk bad about him about. Well, at least he hasn't given me anything to talk bad about him about yet.
I do the podcast with him. He's great.
Heads up.
Look at Joe Localo nearly gloved that one,
you know
but
where
instead
he
just
played
deflected it. Looks like he's got
at?
the heated vest on, by the way.
You know where he played college hockey at for a couple
Where?
years? Miami.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing ACHA?
No, D1.
Really?
Yeah.
Joe Localo?
I'm almost positive. Actually,
all right. How do I not know that?
Don't quote me. I'm going to look this up because I can't be saying anything that's wrong here, but I'm almost positive. That's what I hear.
Here's a pass to Graham Vanderplug at the blue line. He's shoved into the far side boards, and Bennet plays it off the boards and out. Al Peter over the line. Cuts to the slot. He will send it down low. Graham Vanderplug takes it back. We're inching our way through this game. We had a delayed start due to the last game running long. How about Maine beating Brother Rice, by the way? Vanderplug touches up.
Okay, so here's what it is. He played NCAA at Air Force.
Okay.
And then transferred to Miami.
Wow, never knew that. There you go, Joe Localo. We have a slashing penalty. I don't think we caught it on our replay.
Oh, I missed that. I was too busy looking it up.
Yeah, it's going to go against Graham Vanderplug. So the Titans will be shorthanded. All shorthanded situations are sponsored by Hannah Vanderplug Trial Attorneys. And if I haven't mentioned it already, our presenting sponsor is Wintrust. More specifically, Glenview Bank and Trust for being our presenting sponsor and supporting the broadcast all season long. Dylan Ward, David Ventura, and Gerard Boris, your video producer. Titans killing a penalty here, but they do have the lead 1-0 already.
Yeah, they're off to a strong start. Bennet having a hard time entering the zone from that initial clear that GBS had. Actually hit the dasher at one point, still going D to D. It's their first look at an offensive zone entry.
DiCasala, part of that state finalist team, wears the A here for Bennet this year. Now Bowman. Taken back by Will Fagan. From behind the goal line, he will send it down. Teddy McCrulis, the lone goal here tonight. Came just a minute into the period. Jonah Weiss, great assist.
Picking up with the assist there. Obviously, we love to see passing instead of skating it from one end of the ice to the other.
Now Bennett back over the line. Nice stick by Luke Fagan, blocking that one and slamming into the American flag.
Yeah, Glenbrook South with some good initial sticks here to start this game off. Obviously, not much offensive zone pressure from Bennet on their own power play.
K-Dub says great work versus GBN, getting that first goal. G, guessing that is referring to Graham Vanderplug, who opened the scoring from the GBS side of things. Both Vanderplug brothers scored against Glenbrook North alongside Braden Mendoza for your 3 goals here in 2025. Now Weiss sticks this one out of the zone. He's racing after the puck, but Cohen will come out of his crease, not too far. Play that one to the far side corner.
Yeah, Dylan, you saw that one get through all the way up top to Zerth. For Bennet, he had a hard time keeping it in.
Bowman around Mulvey, looks to center it 2-on-1, but couldn't get his pass over. Now Asher Vanderplug, far side corner, goes to Mendoza with it. Now Peter, crunched into the boards by Mendoza. Damian Chelios gives up the puck, then gets it back for Bennet. Here's a shot. That one from the left side gets blocked. No save necessary for Bunnell. Graham Vanderplug is out of the box, so we're back to 5-on-5 play. Here with a 1-0 lead for GBS over halfway through the first period. Vanderplug looking to set up his brother at the blue line. He's knocked over the line, and Ryle sends it back down the other way. Titans looking to catch Bennet in a change here. Pinto's over the blue line, sends it to the near side corner.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Pinto just go wide with that one and then drop it off to Vanderplug. Elects to cut to the middle there, and Bennett's able to get the puck going the other way.
Pinto racing back after for it. To the near side for Boris. No Blake Hoffer out there tonight. Or this morning, I should say. Taking it easy, as these are not regular season games. Tournament game. Titans will play 3 pool games. Boris gets around a few. Tried to send it over for McCrulis. Could have been an opportunity for a second goal, but a nice stick gets in the way of that pass.
Yeah, nice job there by Boris to go wide, looking to set up his teammate out in front, unable to connect through passes, but fake to the middle, go wide. That probably should have been a penalty.
We play on here with 7 minutes to go in the first period. Titans will play Bennet. Bit of a shove match there in neutral ice, but Glenbrook South plays Bennet, Chicago North, and York. Here's a centering pass tipped wide. If they can be the top team after a round robin of that group, they will advance to the semifinals. And David, overall, Glenbrook South has been a good tournament team. Boris is taken down, no call on that one.
Dylan, actually something to keep in mind here. Saw the game before between Brother Rice and Maine. Had 3 officials.
Big hit there by Will Fagan against Idy in neutral ice.
Now we got 2. Bennett looking for an elbow on that one.
Big body on big body there.
I think with the hits that we've had this game, I'm not quite sure how that's an elbow, but there's no penalty, so we proceed.
6 minutes to go in the first period. Teddy McCrulis from Jonah Weiss on the assist. No secondary assist originally loaded, but we'll confirm that for you soon. David, Glenbrook South, to finish my thought from earlier, has in general been a great tournament team. They've made it to the championship of the preseason invite 4 of the last 5 years. They've won the Jamestown tournament twice, made it to the Final Four in between those 2 championships. But for whatever reason, something about this O'Grady tournament, Thanksgiving weekend, seems to really get to them, and they perform pretty poorly.
Yeah, and Neutre Blues been part of the problem these past couple of years, but No blue, sorry, in their pool. There's too many words that rhyme.
Not this year.
But the Titans do have a tough pool with Bennet, Chicago North, and York.
Luke Jordan and I called it the pool of death on our podcast. The fact that just one of those teams is going to move on, you're looking at York and Glenbrook South, two powerhouse SHL sides. Bennet, who was in the state championship last year.
Oh, maybe there is 3 officials. I probably just wasn't looking all that hard.
Vanderplug with speed sends a shot wide. Going to be a tough group. We'll see if the Titans can do it. Here's one deflected on net. Save. Taken down right in front of the blue paint was Tutai. Now Cosmeter goes back up to Luke Fagan right side. He sends one towards the net. Deflects into the near side corner. And played back up to the left point for Mendoza.
That's interference out in front.
And it's called by the official. Vanderplug still with the puck. Gets a backhand shot on Cone, and that stops play. Power play coming up here for Glenbrook South.
Yeah, you take a look at it. I mean, Bennett's a physical team for sure, but they got to watch these plays where there's no puck near. Obviously, right in front of the official, easy call for him. You see just a cross check for no reason, the puck nowhere near the play, and Bennett's going to go to the kill here. And we'll see how the Titans do on this power play.
Titans scored on the man advantage against Glenbrook North. Asher Vanderplug's goal.
Let's see who's in the box here.
Still being loaded, and it's 15.
Karas.
Yeah, Alex Karas. He's actually the leader in penalty minutes, David, or maybe second most. Bennet with 34 so far in 12 games played. Here's a centering pass. McCrulis with a tough angle shot. Stopped by Cone. 4:20 to go in the first period. Power play just underway for the Titans. Weiss up to Mulvey. Big slap shot, and he scores. What a shot from the captain. And the Titans double their lead 2-0.
Yeah, Bennet just gives Glenbrook South a power play off of a bad play out in front. Need to be more of a team player. But anyway, Glenbrook South shot from the point. And guess where that shot is? Low.
Yep.
That's another shot that got in low. Something that I actually talked about a few minutes ago. Keeping it low is going to get through. That just goes on that left corner post and in.
Very satisfying to watch, David. The 4-year varsity player. We were talking about on the North-South broadcast with Asher Vanderplug being injured last season. Ryan Mulvey, the first player in a long time to play in all 4 years at the varsity North-South game. David, you go back to the last 4-year player. That's Zach Freemuth. His freshman year was the COVID year. So we have to go pretty far back in the record books to see if anyone's suited up for all 4 games on the Glenbrook South side of things. Even Michael Raderman on GBN, he got called up late in the season, so he wasn't on the team his freshman year.
Tell you what, he was a solid goaltender.
Yeah,
he gave a lot of teams a lot of problems. He was
the sole reason GBN was the team they were last season, his senior year. I mean, North was only averaging under 3 goals per game, and they were the second best team in the state. It's because they were averaging less than 1 allowed per game. If you looked at his stats, David, it was unbelievable.
Amazing.
Like 10 shutouts on the year. All other games, he allowed 1 goal, maybe 2 on a couple occasions. When he allowed 4 goals to Glenbrook South on Thanksgiving Eve last year, that was the most all he allowed in a single game all year. Vanderplug centered it. Tutai couldn't get a forehand shot away. And out comes Ryle over the blue line onside, taken away by Pinto as he gets it out to the neutral zone. K-Dub says clean hit and great work stepping up. Please use our chat feature. We love interacting with you at home. Dylan Ward, David Ventura. McCrulis in the zone all by himself. He gets shoved down. Here's a centering pass. Weiss with a one-time shot. Couldn't bury it. Now it's taken away by Ryle, and Bennet almost had a 2-on-1, but completely out of gas was Aiden Burns, and he went back to the bench.
Yeah, at the end of the shift there, you had 2-3 Bennet players going for a change. But listen, if you're gassed, you got to get off the ice.
Teddy McCrulis, Ryan Mulvey with your 2 goals here for Glenbrook South.
And actually, Dylan, talking about getting off the ice when you're gassed, that's one of those you kind of saw in the GBS game with the
overtime
where they had a chance to get off the ice. They elected not to. GBN gets a fresh set of legs and scores.
Period of the long change in overtime, too, as you do switch sides again in the SHL. McCrulis backhand pass out to Weiss. He comes across the line. Jonah Weiss looked to center it for Zach Boris, but a good stick by Glenn Hansen getting in the way of that centering pass. Stone now in with a shot. Stopped by Bedell, and he holds on for a whistle.
Yeah, Glenbrook South out here to that 2-0 lead. And that's big. And also, one of the things to keep in mind if you're GBS, Bennett's going to play the body. So what that's going to do is open up a lot of space and time for other players on the ice. So playing without the puck for GBS is going to be a key today because Bennett's going to go for hits, and that's going to take at least one guy out of the play.
Tubuchanik now down low. He's hitting to the end boards, and it's picked up by the Bennet captain, Alexander Dentiste. He was part of that state finalist team last year as well. Big hit there against Tubuchanik. Now Sokol looked to center it for Ventura. Instead of backhand pass goes down to Tubuchanik, and he couldn't handle that for a shot.
Yeah, that was one of those physicality plays right there, right in front of the GBS bench where Bennett's 2 guys comes out of the play. So if Glenbrook South is playing smart without the puck, they're going to create a lot of 2-on-1s today.
1:10 to go here in the first period. Great to have David Ventura on the call with me here on the South Hockey Network. You're going to hear a lot more where he came from in the games to come this season. Backhander into the zone by Will Fagan, knocked out of there by Hansen. Now picking it up is Kurda. He knocks Asher Vanderplug into the far side corner boards, but he gets back up in a hurry. Given up. Now here's Noah Watts. Taken back by Asher Vanderplug. Will either team find the back of the net one more time here in period number 1? Late change by the Titans. Could have been called for too many men, but does not. Looks like all 3 officials had a pretty good view of it.
Yeah, I don't think that's too many men. The other guy was on the bench, so.
Well, that'll do it. Vanderplug is spun off the puck. Now Luke Fagan. Down to 13 seconds here in period number 1. Stretch pass out to neutral ice, takes a deflection. It's called an icing, and Tutai goes palms up, and I would agree.
I don't think that one touches anyone. I think icing's probably the right call there, but keep in mind that's a risky play. Now Bennett's got 7 seconds to work with an offensive zone draw here, so they're not going to pull the goalie because there's 7 seconds, but if they win the faceoff here, it creates a prime opportunity for them.
We'll see. They do win it. Dika Sala, backhand shot, gets it down low. Stone in the mix too, but goes down below the goal line. Vanderplug takes over and holds on to it for enough time to end the period. 2-0 is the score in favor of Glenbrook South. Titans lead shots 9-8. A power play goal for Glenbrook South as well. And they're playing a pretty solid game against a team that played at the UC last season and lost in the state championship.
Yeah, and Glenbrook South got lucky there those last 7 seconds as Bennett wins the face-off. Puck goes to Dikasala, but it finds his backhand, not his forehand, so he had a hard time getting the shot off, and Glenbrook South's going to get out off of that first period with a 2-0 lead. Shots on goal, we have 9-8.
Yep.
Which that's
Gerard
the official.
Is following.
Yeah, Gerard he's always on top of his game. You know, we can't assume that he's not.
Let's look at some scores from the O'Grady tournament today. 16 teams competing for the trophy at the Varsity 1 level. In the early slate, the Fenwick Friars, former SHLers, beat the Evanston Wildcats 3-2. Loyola Gold beat Providence Catholic 5-3. Maine beat Brother Rice 4-3 right here on this rink. New Trier Green beat Notre Dame 7-0. Games in progress right now. First period, Chicago North leading the York Dukes 2-1. So that's an interesting score to watch out for. Again, that's the pool that GBS is in, so those are scores to pay attention to. St. Ignatius Wolfpack giving it to the OPRF Huskies up 7-1. Glenbrook North Spartans, Varsity 1, is playing New Trier Blue. They're up by a score of 3-2, so that game staying close. And Glenbrook South up 2-0 here at Centennial Ice Rink against Bennet. In the O'Grady Cup, good to have you with us, Dylan Ward, David Ventura. Teams are switching sides, period of the long change, and 17 minutes are on the clock as per usual.
Yeah, Dylan, actually something to keep in mind with Bennet. Obviously, they're part of the Chicago Catholic Hockey League. They have some interesting games where they blow out teams, and then, they play St. Ignatius. That's giving them problems this year, and same thing with the Notre Dame Dons have given them some problems. But when they play teams like St. Rita, it's you go back to their 5th game, or 5 games ago, 11-1 against St. Rita, and then their most recent Chicago Catholic Hockey League, the 9-2 win against St. Rita.
They did not beat St. Ignatius. That was Brother Rice. They've lost 2 games to St. Ignatius. Both close games, 4-3, and 4-2. Here's Vanderplug into the zone, goes across for Mulvey. Ryan Mulvey takes a shot, looking to surprise Cone, the goaltender, but he makes the save.
Yeah, you can see there that Vanderplug trying to get that puck over to Mulvey. Doesn't find his stick, gets behind him, so Mulvey elects to go around. Smart play there, goes for the shot, and don't believe that there was any traffic in front of Cohen, so he had an easy time seeing that. Obviously, we'll see what the behind the net looked like, but yeah, no traffic in front. You can see there, too tight just off to the right of the goaltender, so easy one for Cohen to stop there.
Face-off taken by Bennet in their defensive end. Rice plays it to the near side, grabbed by Karras. K-Dub says, my bro played varsity all 4 years. Salute to honor his memory outside GIC. We love you for that, South Hockey fam. Well, K-Dub, if you'll excuse me, I do have to ask you who that is because I'm not exactly sure who you are, but great to know that. Here's McCrulis. He's taken down on his way to the net. Should be a penalty shot.
Penalty shot.
It's just called interference.
No, that's a penalty shot. That's a penalty shot.
Penalty shot. Good call, David.
It's what play selected. Is he hyping him up? He's got to take the penalty shot. Was he throwing his hands up like this? I'll have to ask Gerard, but he's got to take the penalty shot before he does any of that.
All right, so Teddy McCrulis, the sophomore, Varsity 2 last year as a freshman, gets promoted to Varsity 1 this year. Has been a great player for Glenbrook South so far this season. Never touched the puck, so he'll get another chance. Bennett's complaining, but that's not the rule. McCrulis in on net, shoots and scores, and it's 3-0 Glenbrook South. Teddy McCrulis converts on the penalty shot.
Yeah, I think the Bennet bench is probably going to want an explanation, but listen, if you're McCrulis, your stick's got to be on the ice, man. It can't be that close, but regardless, he buries the puck in the back of the net, and I didn't click the replay button, because I don't expect the player to miss the puck, but nevertheless, he's able to bury it and give GBS a 3-0 lead.
David, we've seen that happen in the NHL, and we've seen Brad Marchand get called as a miss because he missed the puck, but just barely clipped it. Pretty clear from our vantage point. Again, we don't have the close-up replay, but he never made contact with that puck, just flat out missed it, so he's not dinged with anything for that.
And I get props to McCrulis for being able to rebound and still bury it off of that.
Yeah, especially with the pressure. Usually the rink goes silent for a penalty shot, but with the Bennet bench all up in arms, it takes an extra bit of skill to hone in and ignore that.
Well, so Dylan, I'll say this at the next whistle. We'll say it at the next whistle.
All right, sounds good to me. Here's Luke Fagan. Looking for two mechanic. Looks like we'll get that next whistle here.
Yeah, unfortunately, GBS unable to connect on a passing play there. But one thing that was not on this broadcast, that was in the last game, with a minute and a half left, Maine was on the penalty kill, and Brother Rice was on the power play. They iced the puck all the way down. Brother Rice's bench was yelling for an icing, I guess to try to mess up the officiating crew, and they got the icing. So that was interesting to me, and obviously, all the fans erupted complaining that should have not been an icing, but from time to time, it does work.
Yeah, the old.
That's a
Yeah, it'll be a penalty against GBS. Bennet going to the power play here. Delayed call. Empty net for them. They've got a 6th attacker out there as well. Mendoza not ruled to have possession yet.
Touch it.
And there you go.
All right, well, we'll see if I got it on the replay, but I think it's going to be interference is going to be the call. Just maybe got it by a second or two, but nevertheless, Fagan's going to go to the box for interference. Well, the goalie can. A great suggestion by Gerard. So, you know, sometimes I got to think a little better. Oh, just out of frame.
Okay.
Try it, worth the shot.
2-minute power play for Bennet. All penalty kills on the South Hockey Network are sponsored by Hannah Vanderploeg Trial Attorneys. The Titans are 1 for 1 on the kill. Sharp. Back up to DeCasala to the right circle. Here's a shot on Bonnell. He makes the stop. And it goes behind the goal line, Ryan Mulvey. Heidi takes it back for Bennet. Backhander down low, tipped on Bonnell. He makes the stop, and then a second. And then the loose puck. He's granted a whistle as the ref lost sight of it.
Yeah, nice save there by Bonnell. Comes up big a couple times on this penalty kill, actually. Probably should have just gone with the behind-the-net play, but nevertheless, you could see that play there by Bonnell.
They just got 8 shots, or excuse me, they just got 4 shots in that sequence alone.
And we're letting this replay play out. Didn't miss anything, so I was watching that.
There you go. Owen Cosmeter. Been a great addition to this Glenbrook South
What is that?
team. He's taken down behind the net. Somehow that's not called. We got a great view of it. We'll look at that in the goal cam, but
I think, oh, turn around.
Cosmeter in neutral ice. Leaves it. Asher Vanderploeg can't bring it up. Sharp sends it in. Ryan Mulvey below the goal line. He will clear.
And you know, Dylan, because I do sideline for Miami hockey, I am only on the mic when I push the button. So that means I can say whatever I want when the button's not on.
Yeah. And do they hear you?
They hear me when my microphone's on.
But
they don't hear me outside of that. But I hear them.
No, but I'm saying if you are not holding the button, can you talk and they'll hear you, but the broadcast can't?
No, they can't hear a single word I say unless, which is probably a good thing, especially with what I say.
All right, penalty kill, doing a good job here for the Titans. Luke Fagan can't clear it out. Ryle keeps it in. Here's a shot, that one blocked by Vanderploeg and sent to the far side corner. Ryle again, deflected behind the net. Luke Fagan, now Sisola.
That puck's out of the zone. Glenbrook South able to clear that penalty there. That's a big time one there.
Yeah,
especially with the chances Bennet had.
2 for 2 on the kill. Then you got Al Peter. Going up to Zach Boris. Nice pass, finds Jonah Weiss eventually. He can't hang on to it. And then there's a straddle at the blue line. And Bennet will come back the other way. Karras takes a shot, looking for that right side post. But Bonnell makes the save, and a nice one.
Yeah, saved by Bonnell. We're actually going to go all the way back to that play. That might have been a penalty. We'll see if it, I don't know if it got caught in the frame, but we got the behind the net. Oh yeah, you can see that.
Pretty clearly.
And again, you know, calling penalties, not calling penalties kind of sets the precedent for the rest of the game, but it's been called the same throughout this whole game. Thankfully, we haven't had any problems yet. I know there was a little fight in the first game, according to Gerard. I missed it, though.
David doing a great job on replay, like you haven't left.
That's all these fancy gadgets. I try to learn quick.
Kurta. It's his pocket pick by Boris. He goes out to Karras, who turns around and fires it back in. Will Fagan out to Teddy McCrulis, up to Jonah Weiss. Now Boris, one hand on his stick. Gets it back just for a moment. It's regained by Bennet, and the Red Wings clear it out. Boris gets it back, looking for Weiss. Knocked away by the stick of one man. That was Talbot. Will Fagan now. Picks it up in his own zone and will skate it out with it. Fagan over the line, right wing side, leads the charge, takes a shot, maybe more of a pass, looking for a deflection from Weiss, didn't get it. Titans up 3-0 right now. Teddy McCrulis has 2 goals, including one on a penalty shot. Ryan Mulvey with a power play goal.
Yeah, Bennet just got a line change in. They'll see if they can capitalize on this because Glenbrook South has been out there for over a minute.
Bowman takes a shot, and that touches netting, and they will not. And Glenbrook South will get a chance to change.
Oh, Glenbrook South catches a break there. Goalie cam. Oh. No, I got it. We're gonna switch to the goalie cam here as Gerard's got to fix something real quick. So this will be your point of view for a little bit until the issue gets fixed.
Rogoski, now Bowman sends it to the slot. Ryan Mulvey clears it out and brings it up ice the other way. It's dumped in. Goes to the far side half board. Sokol now. Ventura sends it deep. Vanderplug is hit hard into the end boards. And finally played out to neutral ice. Mendoza knocks it back in. And we're very close to having our camera issue fixed. Here's Stone with a shot, I should say. That one goes wide, and there you go. There's your main cam. Luckily, you didn't miss too much. Gerard Boris, quick work to resolve that issue. That's why he's the GOAT. Happy belated birthday to Gerard as well. That was on Tuesday. Now Ryle, puck high in the air and comes out of play with the protective netting. A rare souvenir for the fans, but they'll probably just throw it back.
And they open the door.
There you go. You're standing right by the door. Why not?
What a nice young man, you know. Giving the puck back.
The pucks were nice at the North-South game. Would have been great souvenirs. I would have kept one.
I think that was a Loyola puck. It's got a logo on it.
Yeah, this is the Loyola Academy O'Grady tournament that they host every year. That preseason invitational tournament hosted by the Warriors. This one by Loyola.
That's a check from behind.
Yep, that'll be called a penalty. Delayed call is Cosmeter into the zone. Takes a shot. Blocked by Cone, or staved, I should say. Now it goes to the far side, and Ryle touches up before Bennet can get to the bench for the extra attacker.
Yeah, and we'll play that replay. You see there, just hands go up there, and Sharp's going to go to the box. Sees the back the whole way of Fagan, and you know, I think a little bit to his credit, I think he was trying to stop himself, and he had a little hard time. But nevertheless, he's going to go to the box. That's going to be 2 minutes. Not a 2-10. I believe the official call was cross-check, and I kind of missed it, but I can only imagine that that's going to be the call.
We're still waiting for
cross-checking. It's cross-checking.
All right, so Glenbrook South goes to the power play once again. So far, their power play is 1 for 2. 2-tie in neutral ice. Now Ryan Mulvey. Back in neutral ice. The captain has a power play goal earlier in this game, back in the first period.
Bennet aggressive on the forecheck of this power play. One of the reasons Glenbrook South's having a hard time entering the zone here.
2-tie. Now back up high to Ryan Mulvey. Goes across. One-timer by Will Fagan. And that one misses the net. Fagan still has yet to score a goal in SHL play. I'd have to go back and look at the Rock and Roll Cup, but I know he's waiting for a while for his first of the season. Ryan Mulvey now leaves it. Asher Vanderplug right circle. It's around Talbot. A minute to go on this power play. Bennet penalty kill's been doing a great job here. 2-tie. Up to Vanderplug. Taps it up to the left point. Ryan Mulvey down to the circle. Cosmeter. Cuts high. Fake the pass back to Mulvey. Leaves it Will Fagan instead. He takes a shot. That one stopped by Cone.
Yeah, he falls down on that one. I'm not sure if there was some contact in front. We'll get a replay when we get a chance to it. No call, however, so I can only imagine that there was contact out in front.
Ryan Mulvey leaves it for McCrulis. Teddy McCrulis sends it down to the near side corner. Played out, and eventually all the way out by Bennet, and Ryan Mulvey has to chase back.
Yeah, Bennett's going to kill off that penalty, so it's got to be a little bit of a momentum swing for them. If they kill off this penalty, get the next goal, you got to see the ice tilting a little bit in their favor.
Not much going for the Titans on that man advantage. This power play that has been somewhat struggling. They went 0 for 6 against the York Dukes in their second to last SHL game. They did score against GBN. They did score tonight. This morning, I should say. Well, this afternoon. It's 12:27. And that pass just missed Stone. Would have been a breakaway, but instead an icing. With 6:40 to go in the second period, Titans leading 3-0 with 2 goals by McCrulis and 1 from Ryan Mulvey.
Yeah, we're going to go back to that play there where there was a shot by the Titans and Cohen fell down. We'll see if there was any contact. And actually, yeah, Tutai does. I believe that was Tutai out in front, but he finds his way, makes a little contact with Cohen. No call there. Interesting little fact there with the Bennet goaltending situation is Cohen started 9 games, at least in the CCHL play. O'Connor's started 3, both goaltenders below a .900 save percentage.
It's been a tough bounce-back season for the Red Wings. After having the season of their lives, Kennedy Cup finalists, they entered the Elite 8 of state as the only non-SHL team. They beat Glenbrook North in double overtime. Glenbrook North, a team that was projected to advance to the United Center as the 2 seed, and they followed it up with a 5-1 win over Loyola before losing 1-0 in the state championship to New Trier Green. The lone goal in that game was a power play goal 3 minutes in, David, and that score held, and the big game at the UC ended in a 1-0 final last season.
Yeah, typically you see those games at least, you know, obviously it's always a battle of the goaltenders when it comes down to that game, but sometimes you think that jitters are getting away. Obviously for both goaltenders, did not happen.
Tutai backhands it into the zone. Bunnell has made 13 saves on 13 shots against. There's an icing here against Bennet. 5:19 to go in the second. Dylan Ward, David Ventura, Gerard Boris, and guess who's operating the scoreboard in the top left corner of your screen? That would also be Gerard Boris. No sign of either of our guys, Joe Hoffer or Jason Weiss. I asked Gerard where they are, and he just shrugged. So maybe they're watching from home. I'm looking around the rink right now to see if I can see them, but I don't. Here is Mulvey. Intercepted, and Chelios goes down low to the backhand, and somehow that stays out. Isaac Bunnell, what a stop. Keeping the 0 on the board on the Bennet side.
How about that? I think everyone thought that Bennet was going to score on that. They had an opportunity out in front, and Sharp unable to put the puck in the back of the net. We'll get a good look from the behind the net cam, as that'll give us our best understanding, but puck gets to Sharp, and Bunnell comes up big with the right pad, keeping this game where it's at, 3-0 GBS.
Isaac Bunnell.
And also, Dylan, Sharp is not the guy that you want to give the puck to if you're Glenbrook South. Got 8 goals, 5 assists. He's averaging more than a point a game in CCHL play.
Number 12 out there in white and red, Aiden Sharp. Very disciplined player as well, David, too. Only 4 penalty minutes throughout 12 games.
Which is actually why on that penalty, I saw, you know, take a look at the replay, he let up a little bit after that instead of going full force on that hit. But,
yes,
you know, if you're Bennet, that's the guy you want to give the puck to, but now comes up with a huge save there.
Far side out to neutral ice. Shots on goal, 14-14. Titans looking to advance to the semifinals of the O'Grady tournament for the first time in a long time.
Offsides, guys. Let's listen.
David, I think you'd make a great coach. And a big collision, and Open ice, Will Fagan getting into it with Luke Alpeter. Nothing called as a result. Now Luke Fagan takes a shot, big rebound off Cohn. McCrulis was crashing the net, but he couldn't get a shot away. Now Weiss kicks it down low. Back up to Luke Fagan, he fires. Save made by Cohn. Lifted up and out, and it is an icing, but Bennet will be glad to do that and change up all 5 skaters.
Yeah, a few things happened there. I think I want to go back to that play where there was some commotion in the GBS zone. Might have been a penalty, might have not. Let's go play selected and go all the way down to 33%. I guess that's a new thing we can do now.
Yep.
Oh, wait, maybe not now. Yeah, we're still. I'm still learning. I gotta wait for the replay animation to get out of the screen.
Here's another giveaway. Here's a quick shot. Fan on the first one. Second one was a nice save made by Bennet, and it goes to the far side. Ventura. Taken away by Stone, but Ventura, long reach of his stick, able to get the puck back and play that one out to the neutral zone. Vanderplug up to Buchanan, couldn't collect the puck. Now Luke Fagan comes across the line with 3 minutes to go in the period. Takes a shot, and a nice save needed to be made by Cohn.
All right, I believe this is the... Oh, that's right.
Looks like our replay button is still spinning. You see that, Gerard? Well, we're so close to the intermission, we'll figure something out during the intermission, but we'll try our best to get replays to you through the rest of this period.
I was tapping it like I was going to do something.
Yeah. Two-tie right in front, Asher Vanderplug down below the goal line. Up to Pinto, back for Vanderplug. Backhand leaves it for Anthony Pinto. Tried to play it deep, but Eide intercepts. Lifts it out to neutral ice for Stone, but he couldn't bring it over the line cleanly, and actually stick popped out of his hands during the play. Now 3-on-2 Titans. Ryan Mulvey backhands it into the zone. Below the goal line, two-tie, trying to grab possession. Hit by Mulvey into the end boards, and now two-tie battling for it, far side corner. 2-minute warning here at Centennial Ice Rink before the intermission.
A good keep there by Vanderplug. He's able to continue Glenbrook South's offensive zone pressure.
Sharp out to neutral ice off the stick of Vanderplug. Now Sharp far side will send it in. Deflects its way to the near side where Ryan Mulvey picks it up. Mulvey sends it to the neutral zone. Here comes Owen Cosmeter. Cosmeter, left circle, takes a shot, blocked by the stick of Bennet. Now they'll backhand it out. Picked up off the boards by Owen Ryle. Couldn't get a shot off as he was being defended by Mulvey and Pinto. Now Chelios, far side corner. Intercepted by Vanderplug, who swoops in there. Asher Vanderplug, backhand pass. Nice pass made to Ryan Mulvey, and he'll send it in.
Yeah, Vanderplug pressured there by 2 Bennet players. Spins around, and Glenbrook South's going the other way, able to enter the zone.
One minute to go here in period number 2. Caros leaves it for Ryle, but then goes way offside, and Ryle will just have to backhand it across. Will Fagan out to McCrulis. Big hit near side as Karras actually may have been trying to hit Will Fagan, but missed him.
He was, and Fagan had some words for him after that.
Now another collision down low. We'll just wait till the end of the period. We don't want to miss anything before we fix our technical glitches. McCrulis is taken down. And this one's lifted out to the neutral zone. Ryle leaves it. Alpeter. Now Fagan to the far side for Boris. Down to Will Fagan, he'll hold on. Time drips away here in period number 2. And that'll take us into our intermission with the Titans leading 3-0, 2 goals by Teddy McCrulis and 1 from Ryan Mulvey. And Isaac Bennell with a perfect save percentage so far.
Yeah, Titans exactly where they want to be, up 3-0 heading into the third period. Now they just got to continue on with the same play they've been having, and we're going to go ahead and figure out a replay system during the break.
All right, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back for period number 3 in about 10 minutes or so right here on the South Hockey Network. Welcome back to the South Hockey Network, everybody. Third period coming right up here. A score update for you. Chicago North once had the lead in this game, but York has exploded with 5 goals in the second period and leads Chicago North 6-2. So that is the Titans' other 2 teams in this Pool D, so that's one to be looking out for. St. Ignatius leads OPRF 7-1, and Glenbrook North only up 3-2 on New Trier Blue. The Titans right here at Centennial Ice Rink up 3-0 on the Bennet Redwings. Dylan Ward and David Ventura alongside Gerard Boris, our video producer. Happy to have you with us on this Black Friday and hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving Day yesterday. David, the Titans have been playing well tonight in spite of the shots being close to even. GBS has been outplaying Bennet, and 2 goals from McCrulis and 1 from Ryan Mulvey is where we stand.
Yeah, it's working. And then Dylan, little score update. Obviously, you talked about the goal score as far as the assists go. Jonah Weiss assists on the first and second goal. Zach Boris with an assist on the first and second goal, too.
And then the third goal unassisted on a penalty shot by McCrulis. Titans' second penalty shot of the season. Here's a save made by Bennet.
As you can see, in terms of the score sheet, you got only 1 guy on the score sheet with 1 point. That's Ryan Mulvey. McCrulis, Jonah, Weiss, and Boris, each with 2 points on the game, obviously in different categories. But
now, David, I'm noticing that Thomas Preston, who's technically the backup tonight, is not on the bench, and I haven't seen his brother Charlie Preston all game either. Not sure if they're unavailable for this O'Grady Cup or not.
it's a good point, though, and I'm not quite sure.
Stone comes over the line, takes a shot, takes a deflection off a stick and goes to the far side corner. Vanderplug has run into a neutral ice, but now Cosmeter over the line, gets shoved off the puck, and Eide comes back the other way with it. Eide now near side for Ryle. He's knocked into the near boards. Asher Vanderplug with a big hit there.
Is he going to get a penalty for that? No. There's a little cross-check after the play, no penalty.
It stays 3-0. Boris knocked off the puck, and Bennet plays it off the far glass, or the near glass and down. That'll be an icing. 15:38 to go here in the third.
Yeah, obviously, third period, fresh ice, and making sure the replay system works, which it does, that's perfect. So we were able to figure out that technical difficulty during the break, and Bennet, icing the puck there. It's going to give GBS offensive zone draw here, which they do win.
And we can't look at the old chats because we did have to restart the stream, but we did see on the other end that Joe Hoffer and Jason Weiss both have reported that they were unavailable for this one. So that leaves Gerard all by his lonesome to do the score cam in the top left corner of your screen while he's also filming and producing. Gerard, the hardest working man on the South Hockey Network. Very much looking forward to him coming on the broadcast with me on his son Zach's senior night in January. Now here comes Teddy McCrulis. Over the line, right wing side, takes a shot, takes a deflection off a stick and goes high of the net. Will Fagan fires this one in. Goes to the far side for Karras. McCrulis gets there first. Teddy McCrulis.
Is that not a hook?
Yeah, he's taken down. No penalty called. Boris to McCrulis in the slot. Takes a shot. Looking for his third goal of the game, but the save is made by Cone. And Joel Cone hangs on.
Yeah, Cone, pretty easy save there for him right in the chest protector. I kind of want to go back to that. In my opinion, missed call there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just see. I mean, that's a hooking, but nevertheless, we'll play on.
Kept alive at the line. Nice play by Tubacanic, but now Sokol's hit into the far side boards. Alpeter gets it out to the neutral zone, and Vanderplug will flip it in.
We're still offsides.
Titans will play back here on Saturday, against the York Dukes. It'll be already those two teams' fourth meeting of the season, whether in SHL regular season play or otherwise. Chicago North, the opponent later tonight. David, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure that that'll be the first ever meeting between Glenbrook South and Chicago North since they became a team 7-8 years ago.
Well, I'm not going to question any statistics that you say, so.
Yeah, they haven't played them in the last 5 years, and I think before COVID they were Lane Tech. So under the Chicago North identity, Glenbrook South has never faced that team.
Lane Tech doesn't have their own hockey team?
Not anymore.
You know, I would have gone to Lane Tech if I didn't move when I was in 3rd grade.
Is that right?
That is true.
Well, I'm glad you moved so that we could meet, David. You would have played on Lane Tech's old team or Chicago North. Here's a shot and a follow-up by Alex Tutai. Nice couple of stops there by Joel Cohen.
How about that one? That first one out in front takes a redirection. Yeah, you see right there, the shot there by Vanderploeg takes a redirection, I think off a Tutai. We'll get a good look here at the behind the net cam, but see Bennet had a tough time taking it out. Takes just a small redirection. Nevertheless, Cohen able to make a big stop there and keep this game 3-0 GBS. Now there's 13.5 minutes left, so there's time for Bennet to come back, but the more time that ticks off the clock, you know, for the sports bettors out there, the lower their probability is. I know, Dylan, you sports bet, so.
Oh, from time to time. DiCasala. Down low. Heidi. Near side corner. Back up and out. And Bennet forced to chase. Will it go all the way on this fresh sheet of ice? Not quite. Tutai now for possession. Below the goal line. Hits DiCasala into the corner boards, and it's played out to the near side. Pinto gets it down deep. Stone. Can't clear the zone again. Fagan takes a shot deflected by Tutai down low, but wide of the net. Now Bowman. Tried to backhand it out. He could not. Here's another shot. That one deflects wide. Right in front, Asher Vanderploeg. And that one stopped by Cohen.
How about that? GBS with some good offensive zone pressure there. Again, that play all starts because I believe that was Stone for Bennet, who was unable to get the puck out of the zone. You actually see Glenbrook South had Fagan, who was thinking about stepping up, decided not to. And again, I believe that was Stone for Bennet that decided to chip it off the board. So Fagan keeps it in and gives Glenbrook South that offensive zone chance.
Titans win the face-off. Here's a shot by Will Fagan from the left point. That one wouldn't go. Now Bennet brings it up ice. Over the line they come, but they lost the puck in the process. It's just sitting there near the Titan bench. And Mendoza. Backhand pass to Will Fagan. He's through neutral ice, gets it taken away by Chelios, who looks to backhand that one in. Now Fagan hit into the boards. Centering play, intercepted by McCrulis. He tried to get it out, kept alive by Bennet. Below the goal line, they go with it. And Mendoza's tripped up, no call is made.
I think a penalty could have gone on either of them, quite frankly.
Hansen back into the zone. Now taken by Mendoza. He goes across for Fagan. Now out to Boris, who tips it ahead. And they will call that an icing. It was close at the center ice line.
Yeah, just behind the line there. I actually want to go back all the way to that Glenbrook South opportunity where I believe that hits the paddle of Cohen. Yeah, it does. You know, that quite frankly, that was going wide. But I tell you what, as a shooter, that always frustrates you when you beat the goalie and all that's left is that small little paddle, and of course it hits that.
Yep. Classic. The Bennet Redwings, CCHL team. Bit of a tough season, but some dominant wins. In their last 5 games, their 3 wins have been 9-2, 6-0, and 11-1. As this one's cleared out and into the Titan bench, Glenbrook South on a bit of a lull these days, David, with just 1 win in their last 4 games, but it was against Loyola Gold in shutout fashion.
Yeah, and quite frankly, every season you're going to have, no matter where you are, in the state rankings is going to be a roller coaster. It's all about how you battle back from adversity. I believe 2 years ago or a year ago, you saw New Trier lost to it was either OPRF or Barrington. We'll get back to that in a second.
Here's Owen Cosmeter with Tutai to his left. Cosmeter still with the puck. Got the goalie down and out, but just put that one wide of the net.
Yeah, Cosmeter had Cohen beat, and he just, I think the puck rolls off his stick and misses the net. We'll take a look at the behind the net replay. As
here's Anthony Pinto. Down the left wing side, centers it, looking for Tutai, who wasn't crashing. The intensity starting to ramp here in Wilmette. Rogowski. Now Ryle. Intercepted by Pinto in the neutral zone. He'll fire on net, towards net from neutral ice, and it goes high. Now here's Cosmeter with a shot. That one deflects into the near side corner. And Stone looks to bring it out, kept alive by Cosmeter. Given right back up to Stone, up to Eide. Taken away by Cosmeter once again. We're down to less than 10 to go here in the third period. Titans sitting pretty right now, up 3-0. Vanderploeg centered it. Alex Tutai scores. Nice centering play by AVP. And Tutai makes it a 4-0 lead for South.
A nice play there by Vanderploeg to get that over to Tutai, and he makes no mistake. You know, maybe from his perspective, he whiffed on it. I think he probably was going for some elevation. Yeah, he did. He does whiff on it a little bit, at least from his perspective. But nevertheless, it goes in the back of the net. GBS is not going to complain about that one. And, you know, again, we talk about the low shot. The goaltender, quite frankly, Cohen was not expecting that to go low. You actually saw him kind of go down there at the last second. We'll take another look here at the behind the net replay just to kind of show a little bit what I'm talking about. You can see Vanderploeg move that over to Tutai. That kind of catches him off guard there as it finds the right corner of the net.
So the Titans off to a dream start here in the O'Grady Cup. Just got to close this one out with 3 points. We do have the 3-2-1-0 system in effect, David.
Now we'll go back to this other 2-on-1 that Glenbrook South had where Cosmeter beats the goaltender Cohen. And he's unfortunately unable to get that puck in the back of the net, mishandles it a little bit. I know you didn't see it, but
yeah, I saw it in real time.
Yeah, just wasn't able to cradle the puck, unfortunately. But nevertheless, Glenbrook South is able to get one back.
Luke Fagan with a shot deflected by Weiss on net, but the save was made with the pad of Cone. Now Weiss, near side corner, back up to the point. Fagan goes across to his brother Luke. Here's a shot. That one's deflected up by Cone, up and out of play.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the behind the net replay of another chance that Glenbrook South had. You can see another hard time that Bennet had clearing the pucks, giving Glenbrook South another opportunity. So the rest of this game, Bennet's down 4-0, but quite frankly, GBS has been able to capitalize on the opportunities where Bennet hasn't been able to clear the puck out of the zone. And again, we're at Centennial, so there's another option to flip the puck up.
Very high ceiling here at Centennial Ice Rink in Wilmette. A rink that these Titans played at just 48 hours ago, less than that. A much different feel in the rink on that Wednesday night of this week, David, to right now. Here's the centering pass. Bowman with a shot, and that one wouldn't go. I believe Fagan made the block. Now Will Fagan. Off the far boards, picked up in the neutral zone by Ventura. Jackson Ventura just a step offside. Vanderploeg, Graham that is, goes palms up. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, I think just jumped a little bit off sides there. I'm not quite sure who that was. Let's see who was on that left side there. Yeah, he does. He takes a step up just off sides there. Right call there by the official, but Glenbrook South almost had another prime opportunity to probably seal that one away if they were to score it. I'm going to pick up my pen here.
Sounds good. 8:10 to go in period number 3. Titans 1 goal away from initiating a running clock, if they can find it. Mendoza up to Cosmeter. Cosmeter flips it ahead for Tutai, who rushes after it. Alex Tutai. This puck kicked back to the stick of Glenn Hansen for Bennet. And retrieved by Mendoza, who goes back for Ryan Mulvey. Cosmeter tapped it back for Mulvey. Puck sent in. Cosmeter looked to backhand center that one. Taken back by Bennet as they get it out to the neutral zone, but right to Mendoza. He's tied up and it's pulled ahead. Here's a breakaway, a shot, big save made by Bennet as Kurta tried to bury one on the breakaway. Could not beat the senior netminder for the Titans.
Yeah, how about that prime opportunity there for Bennet? And coming up big is Bennet. Quite frankly, that was right in his chest protector, but nevertheless, big stop. You know, if you're the Bennet coaching staff, you would have rather liked to have seen a move or at least going for a corner instead of that chest protector, but keeping this game at 4-0 is Bennet.
Titans dominating this third period, out shooting the Red Wings 9-4, and in the game 24-17. We're down to the final 7 minutes. All of a sudden here, David, in a fast-moving third period. Boris up to McCrulis, missed him with the pass. He goes back to the blue line here. Is Eide with a shot, and another great save made by Bennet. He has been perfect so far with 20 saves on 20 shots.
Nice stop by Bennet. I think it goes in and out of the glove or maybe off the pad, but we'll see at the replay.
Now Weiss throws it to the blue paint. Goes up and out of play for a whistle. Shots on goal now officially 26-20 in favor of the Titans.
Yeah, we'll take a look here as Bennett's able to go the other way. Going wide and big save. I think that's off the pad. Take one more look at it behind the net. As a shot there, I don't know, a little tough to tell. But either way, he's able to make a big stop, and now we're approaching almost inside of 6 minutes. I think at this point, maybe a couple more minutes before I think you can call it a done deal, but no injuries is another key with this one.
You don't say, in a game that has seen its fair share of physicality, David. These are teams that don't really see each other much. Sharp pulls it ahead, neutral ice. He takes a shot, Bennet makes the save. Back below the goal line, Mendoza. Now Will Fagan. Out to Sokol, who tips it ahead, but shy of center ice, and it will be an icing with 5:42 to go in the third period.
Yeah, Fagan had a little trouble keeping that puck in the zone. And that's one of the things you talk about, right? The low shots. You can see he flicks it up into a chest protector, or sorry, the chest pad of one of the Bennet players. Sharp goes the other way, possible 2-on-1, but thankfully Glenbrook South had a good back check there. Now Bennet winds up with an offensive zone draw here.
Dentis. Near side corner. Back up to Vanderplug. Asher Vanderplug tried to backhand that one ahead, but it's taken back by Bennet. And over the line, left wing side, Mendoza. Dentis now. Grabbed by Asher Vanderplug. Far side, Mendoza. And he sends it out to neutral ice. Two-tie just ahead of him.
I like that pass there, just a little flick. Catches the defenders off guard, and that dump-in attempt hits the helmet of Fagan.
Now left circle, here's a shot. That one stopped by Bennet. Rebound. They can't get it through.
Yeah, Bennet able to make a right pad save there. I need to make sure I'm not mixing up my lefts and my rights. I have a tendency to do that. So he's able to hold that post and actually looking for a rebound. You could see Glenbrook South taking the guys out in front. That was Al Peter trying to shove the puck in for Bennet.
26-23 the official shots now. We'll get that change for you. Again, no Jason Weiss or Joe Hoffer here today. Both of our official scoreboard guys are out of commission.
Nice save there again by Bennet. Not able to freeze the initial one, but pounces up on that rebound. And right back to the face-off dot we go.
4:44 to go. Here's the Titans with it in their own end. Pinto looking to backhand this one out to Zach Boris, and Boris brings it across the line. Down the left wing side, takes a lap behind the net, sends it right in front, and it was a one-time bid for Weiss, and he goes, or looks up to the heavens after that one. Now here's the one left for Ryle. He fires a shot, and he totally fanned on it. And it goes wide of the net. Now a shot in on Isaac Bennell. He makes the stop for his 24th of the morning.
Yeah, and you can see here, Boris elects to go wide with the puck. You have two Glenbrook South players without the puck here. That's McCrulis and Weiss, who are both way too low. They're both below the hash marks. So that doesn't give Boris many options in terms of passing the puck. You can see right there, Weiss and McCrulis very low. Need to get up further, and that actually also allowed Bennet to go the other way for a possible opportunity.
DeCasala comes over the line, takes a shot. Upstairs again, and the field goal is good.
One of the hits off of the stick of Fagan.
Okay, gotcha.
So he didn't shoot it all the way up there, but nevertheless, Titans are going to have a defensive zone draw just inside of 4 minutes left, so very unlikely for Bennet to come back. I know they talk about announcers jinx, but I think if Bennet comes back from a 4-goal deficit here, there's going to be some problems for them to figure out, quite frankly.
Three and a half to go here in the third period. No sign of them looking to pull cone. Here's Daniel Sokol over to Graham Vanderplug. To Buchanan crashing the net as well, but it's regained by Bennet. Vanderplug now across the line to Buchanan. Going deep with it, but DeCasala will take it back. Send it down. And icing waved off by the second linesman.
Yeah, well, Gerard's saying he wants to go home. I think the linesman's saying that Fagan didn't skate. I would also imagine that he's probably doing the next game, too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. He just wants the tournament to go along in time.
Well, don't you want to go home, too, Gerard?
Listen, I got to go home and prep for our night game, David. Glenbrook South, Luke Jordan will be doing that one. We've got the West Bend Power against the Rochester Grizz. Should be a fun night up in West Bend. I'm looking
Made sure
forward
to do all my prep work last night. Well, not last night, but Wednesday night.
Yeah, probably should have done that. Luke Fagan, whiffed on a shot, goes down low. Tough angle shot taken by Tutai. He was looking for a second of the game there, couldn't find it. 2 goals from Teddy McCrulis, Ryan Mulvey, and Alex Tutai, your 4-goal scorers, with Isaac Bennell in net and 24 saves to his name with 2 minutes to go.
It's a tackle. That's ridiculous, man.
It's called a penalty by the official. And the Titans are going to finish this game on the man advantage.
Yeah, well, they called that one, but Al Peter, let's see, how do we say this? Tackles him? Is that the best word? We'll go with that. He tackles Fagan down, and he's going to get a penalty, I think, for roughing. Dylan's making sure the shots on goal are up to date. I think I did a good job of saying that. We said tackle. No, I was talking about what he did. It was called for a rough, but he tackled.
Well, I don't think there's 2 minutes for tackling. We're down to 100 seconds to go. Titans on the power play again. Mendoza to the near side for Pinto.
Well, the Bears do start in 40 minutes, so.
Yes, they do. 2 o'clock Black Friday game. Mendoza being chased down. Now Graham Vanderplug. Back down low. Gets it back. Vanderplug out to neutral ice. And sent back to Graham Vanderplug. 1:10 to go here in the third. Vanderplug over the line. Now Boris down to Graham Vanderplug. His brother Asher not out there right now. 1 minute to go here in period number 3. Weiss gets it down for Boris. Zach Boris below the goal line. Has pressure from behind.
He goes for the reverse hit.
Yep, lost his stick in the process too. Now up for Mendoza, right point. Taps it down below the line. Graham Vanderplug up to Pinto. Pinto with a shot, stopped by Cone, and he hangs on with 36.0 here in the third. And the Titans with more time on their power play than in the game, so they'll finish this game on the man advantage.
Dylan, a question for you is, what's the tiebreaker in this tournament? Is it goals for, or is it head-to-head?
It's head-to-head if there's 2 teams tied. And then I believe if there are 3 or more teams tied, it goes to goals against, not goal differential.
Right, so goals against, okay.
Yeah,
so if they,
fewest goals against.
Okay, I gotcha. I was trying to figure out if a power play goal would have mattered here in a tiebreaker situation.
17 to go.
Go.
Here goes Daniel Sokol, looking to make it 5. He shoots, blocker save made by Cone. As the puck below the goal line is kept alive by Pinto. One last second chance, tipped by Sokol, wouldn't go. And it's a 4-0 final score. Isaac Bennet gets his 3rd shutout of the season as he makes all 24 saves against last year's state finalist, the Bennet Redwings.
A great performance there by the Titans as they're able to make it 4-0. Now we'll go ahead and play the replay. Sorry, I was impressed by that tip out in front. I think it just missed the net, but I believe that that's to Buchanan. I mean, look at that. Or Sokol, yeah.
Yep.
That's going well wide. He almost puts it in the back of the net.
Bennet will be the line leader for the handshakes at center ice. Your final shots on goal in this game, 28-24. Teddy McCrulis with 2 goals. Ryan Mulvey scores on the power play. And Alex Tutai and a great centering pass from Asher Vanderplug is your 4th goal. Just overall, a great effort here from the Titans and a great bounce back after a pretty emotional and disappointing loss 2 nights ago to get this O'Grady tournament on the right foot.
Yeah, now they're looking for success these next 2 games. Obviously, later today against Chicago North. I think Gerard's going to get a quick bite to eat and then go to the next rink. So, and then obviously against York on Saturday, and hopefully if they succeed, you'll hear Dylan and I Sunday morning. That's the hope, though.
That's right. So Luke Jordan will have your broadcast later tonight and tomorrow, and then in the event that the Titans do advance, it'll be David and I. So for our entire crew here this morning, Gerard Boris, our technical engineer and video producer, David Ventura to my right. My name's Dylan Ward. One more time, the final score: Glenbrook South 4. And the Bennet Red Wings 0. Isaac Bennet with the shutout here in this one from Wilmette. Up next for the Titans later tonight against Chicago North for Game 2 of the O'Grady tournament. Enjoy Luke Jordan on the call for that one, and have a great Thanksgiving to all of you South hockey fans.